Today I'm going to show you how to extract data from your YouTube channel or from any YouTube channel of your clients and actually analyze the data further in Excel. Let me show you this particular dashboard I have built in Excel using the data I extracted from a YouTube channel. Now here we go. So we have this beautiful dashboard right here in Excel built that can actually help you to know what is going on around your channel. So now we can actually build this with any YouTube channel you have data from. So you want to stitch here based on continent level. So this is what you have. So you can see we have different metrics you can actually delve into. The revenue generated, so which of the continent we have revenue coming from most, and we can see date based on the date range right here. So we have October to November, we have July to September, April to June, and January to March right here. So we can actually see the channel audience countries, so where we are actually getting views, subscribers, and where we are making revenue from. So we can choose from here. So we have this particular one to be showing us the likes we have from those countries. So if you want to see it by date range, so when we click right here, we have it. So now let me just go and show you how I extracted this data right here in Excel and show you how you can do the same thing. So we are going to learn how to create this from the scratch. Alright, hi everyone. If you are here for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button to get more updates about my new videos. So right now, if you are on your channel, just log in as I have logged in right here on my channel right now. Click on the studio, the YouTube studio. So if you are on your YouTube studio, just go and click on analytics. So in the analytics, you will see this right here at the right hand corner. So click on advanced mode, which I've actually had opened. So I'm going to click on it right now. So here we go. So under the advanced mode, you're going to actually have, you will be seeing this exactly. So now you can see we have last 28 days selected. So I can actually click right here and see more of it. So we have last 7 days, last 28 days, last 365 days, the lifetime of your channel, or you want to select it by 2020 or 2019, or you want to select it by month, or you want to customize your extraction wherever. So after you might have done with that, you might really want to actually select a particular segment of it, like the traffic source, the geography, viewer age, and all of the things like that. Or you can click on more to see what you can actually get from here. So now I'm going to actually take it back. So if you have actually done that right now, what you need to do is just to get data. By actually clicking right here, you see export current view. So once you actually click on export current view, what you will see is that you get it to Google Sheet, or you want to actually use comma separated value, which is CSV. So just click on it. What you have is preparing the file to be downloaded. So once it's actually done, here we go. It's just 4.1 kilobyte, very low. So you've just got it downloaded. So we can actually export it. So extract it from that very zip file, and you can export it down to you can import it down to what? Down to your Excel right here. So this is exactly what you're going to have. It depends on the channel you have, what kind of channel you operate, wherever. So now what we have right here is based on the month range, and this is what it is and all of that. So you see the country, the short region. So you see the region where the views are coming from, the watch time, the view, likes, dislike, and everything. Even the revenue, we have it right here. It depends on what you really want to get right there. So after that, we can actually further analyze our data, just like what we have right here. And after the analysis, what you need to do is for we to create a dashboard that looks just like this, which I'm going to show you how to get into in the jiffy. So right now, if I place my cursor right here, it's going to give me more information about this visualization we have right here, should you don't understand what is going on right here as the end user. So me as the analyst right now can actually help you to get more information about your visual and get to know what it is that you're actually getting into. So you can see this country right here. If you want to get more, you can actually click and get more. So let me not bore you with my tags. Let me just take you to the right sheet for we to start creating this dynamic Excel dashboard ASAP. So right now I have here clicked, and I'm going to go to view. So from view, we can switch to another workbook I have opened. So I'm going to click on this workbook, and I switch right here. So here we go right here. So I have this particular backend designed for we to actually create a quick dashboard without wasting much of our time right here. So the dashboard is going to be here, so I have it pre-formatted, so we'll actually see how we can actually create this. So feel free to ask me any question if you have any doubt in what is going on right here. So right now I'm going to go to my data source and actually go to insert. We're going to actually get to use our first pivot table, so we click on it. So here is our pivot table. What pivot table does is to help us summarize our data, but pivot table is not enough. You should know that we're going to use functions to get what we want and to make sure our dashboard is very much dynamic instead of it being pretty basic. So now we have two options, either new worksheet or existing one. So I have a worksheet already prepared down, which is this particular back, and I'm going to click on it. So I'm going to have to drop it right here, which is going to be okay. So this is what I have. So the first thing I'm going to get is actually get those metrics right here. I'm going to get watch time, I'm going to get view, get like, dislike. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm going to take it away from here down right here. So get dislike, I'm going to get, sorry, I'm going to Control Z. Okay, so I'm going to get dislike down right here. So I'm going to get my comment, I'm going to get subscriber, share, and I am going to get my impression and revenue. So if I go back to my back end, you can see it has already populated it for me, which you don't really have the idea how I did it. So for that, I'm going to actually show you how I did it by giving you the way I did it right here on this particular watch time. So just go to the top level right here and click on insert, and we can go and use this particular word art right here. So what I'll do now that I've gotten this right here, I'm going to actually click at the top right here and hit on my equal to, go back to the back end and make sure you're selecting watch times, which is this right here. I've gotten it. I'm going to hit enter. So here we go. I'm going to actually move it to the top right here. This is what we just need to do to get it done. So we've just gotten this done right here. We need to actually format our KPI to look some kind of very nice. So we can go to home, from home. So I'm going to click right here and actually select the kind of font type I want. So I think I need agency of the, oh no, okay, it's not, it's no. I'm going to click back on it again, go back to it and click right here. I'm going to say agency of B. I hit enter. So this time around I think I have it. It's on agency of B. I am going to actually format it and actually bump it up. Yeah, exactly. So this time around I'm going to use this particular type of color. So I need it to be very calm. The black is too dark, so I might want something like this. So double click right here and use it as long as you want. So actually give it to others. So here we go. So this is nice. So I'm going to change the color of those ones right here to fit the color we have right on that card. So I'm going to make sure I give it to this. But on my revenue, I'm not going to do that on revenue. So I'm going to give revenue a nice color. So I'm going to go to this particular aspect and give it this kind of green color right here. So right now we have not really got the formatting ready. Right, so I'm going to go to the back end again. I'm going to select everything, exclude the revenue, and I'm going to Control 1. Oh, okay. What my Control 1 does is going to bring out the format cell dialog box, and I'm going to select the comma separator by just going to number, and I'm going to say comma separator, and I'm going to remove any extra decimal. I'm going to say okay. Here we go. So right on this one, I'm going to do again. I can right click and go to if I right click, can I find it? So I can't find it. I'm going to Control 1 again right here. So the Control 1 will bring the same dialog box again, where I can actually use where the heck is this? Okay, number formatting. So now here we go. I'm going to be using currency right now, so I'm going to be using $, and I want to leave it on, I want to take out the 2 decimal point. So here we go. So if I go back to my back end, this is what we have. Nice looking, right? this is it. So this is just an ordinary card right here. You can get this shape. Here we go. Let's go to the top level, insert shape, go to shape and pick out this shape and just draw the shape right here and change the color as you want. So now that we've done that, so let's see what is next right here. So what is next is this particular aspect right here. I'm going to get this away from here so that I can show you how I did it. So if I go back to my dashboard, let us see what we're about to get into before we get into it rightly. So now we want to actually get something very dynamic, so that it's going to actually help us to go through the countries we are having views, subscribers, likes, dislike, comment, watch time, and even we make revenue from. So here we are, we have Niger right here. So you see the numbers of views for Niger. So with the 5 countries we selected right now, those are the 2 top countries right here, Australia and this particular country are the 2 top countries, and we can see where we're having subscribers from and all of that. So we want to actually make something very dynamic just like this. So how do we do that? So we go back and we try to get to write the function that's going to help us to pull that kind of way up. So now go back to the data source. I'm going to click anywhere from here. So I'm going to insert my pivot table again, so using the existing worksheet. So go back to the back, and this time around I'm going to scroll it a little bit. Here we go. So I'm gonna have to drop it right here, then I say okay. So now what we need to do is just for we to start dropping the columns we think we're gonna use. So now the first one is going to be the name of the countries. So the second one is going to be the watch time, the view, the like, the dislike, the comment, subscribers, and share. So don't worry, I'm gonna actually get to make it right. So I'm going to get impression and revenue. So right now I'm going to move my dislike away from here to this. So, and it's actually default to count. I'm going to click on it and actually come to the view field setting right here and make sure it's on sum. So now here we go. So that is okay. I'm going to have to close this right now. So if you see what I don't want right now, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. So what I don't want is the sum of, and as well the row label right here, I don't want it. I'm going to click inside here and make sure I click to the top level, go to design and click on this report layout and show in tabular form. So right now it has addressed this to a country name. So now to get the sum of away from here, just highlight this range and just Control H. So the Control H is will tell you to find and replace. So I'm going to find the sum of, and I'm going to replace that with nothing. So if I hit OK, here is what I have, 9 of it. So I'm going to close. So right now I have it nicely the way I really want it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just for me to actually type here to be count. So count, sorry, so count. So I'm going to say 1, and I'm going to have to drag this down to the last number. So now it's giving me 1 all through. Just click on this plus sign right here and use field series. So here we go, we have 30 of it. So we don't have it up to 30, so we need to actually take this grand total off. So we remove it. So now we are only having 29 of it. So before we can actually get to start doing this rightly, so what we need to do is for we to actually get a scroll bar to a dashboard right here. So to do that, just click on the top right here, let's go to the developer. So if you don't have developer, click on any of this. So go to customize ribbon. So on your customize ribbon, once it is actually out, okay, here we go. So this is the customer ribbon. You search for developer right here, and as soon as you find it, click on it and you're gonna have it right at the top, just like what we have right here. So now we have the developer tool. We can click on insert, and what we want to insert, we want to insert something from the form control right here, and what we want is a scroll bar, which is this. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to drag it right here exactly. So I'm going to fit it to where it should be. That will make it very fine. So nicely is done. So now we need to actually format our scroll bar. I click on format control. So from format control, what I need to do right now is the current value that I want is just 1, the minimum value should be 1, and the maximum value is 25, I presume. Yeah, 25, because we have 29, so we're going to minus 4 from it, so it's going to give us 25. So right now the current change is going to be 1. So every single time we make a click right here, is going to change to, it's going to add 1. So either add or subtract. So we want a page change to be 5. So what is page change? Page change is every single time you click on the inside instead of this arrow right here, so it changes to 5. But when you click on the header of this arrow right here, it only increases or decreases by 1. So now we're going to link this to the back end right here. So we're going to link it right here. I'm going to click OK. So here we go. If I now select and go back to the back end, I see 2. If I go back and actually click right here and go back, I see 1, because I actually subtract from it. So now we need to actually write a function that's going to actually help us to pull data from here down here, that we can actually use a scroll to actually control. So how do we do that? So right now, if you want to make it very much easier for yourself, all you need to do is just to select this whole range we're going to have our array in, select it as a whole and have it named. So how do we do that? So we're going to click as we have it selected, so we just need to hit on this and actually name this my data range. So we have data range named. So now that I've gotten it named, I'm going to have to name this one as well, so which I had already done. So it's named as what? As a scroll cell. So now let us start writing the function that's going to actually help us to pull that away from here down to this end. So now what we need to do right now is to use index. So what is the index looking for? The index is looking for an array. An array simply means where your data you really want to pull out is actually sitting. So the data we want is sitting right here. So the whole of this place is our array. So the name we just named it, we should remember, is data range. So I'm going to actually have to get it right here. So you can see if I just have it selected, it's going to actually have it highlighted just like what you see right here. So I'm going to place my comma. So the next thing I'm going to get is actually the row number. So the row number is going to be very dynamic. So every single time this number changes, if the number changes to the second, which is to 2, it's going to extract data from here, 3 extract data, 4, and all through till it gets to the last number, right? So now we need to actually select this. So this is nicely done. So we're going to be using a row function to actually make it very much dynamic. So I'm going to click on plus sign and I'm going to type rows. So now the rows is looking for an array, and we're going to actually use this particular column right here, this particular column or the cell. So I'm going to say AJ4 to AJ4, and I have to close this. So this time around I'm going to have to lock it down by actually using the $sign. So now what I need to do is just to use -1. So what is -1 doing right here? I'm going to let you know in a jiffy. So now I hit comma. So we need column because we're going to actually copy this across so that it can actually get data from every columns right here for us. We're going to use columns, not just column. So use the columns, and we're going to use this AJ4 to AJ4 as well, and have it closed twice to close the first bracket being open. And I'm going to have to lock this first AJ right here down. So I'm going to hit enter. So if you see right here, it's giving us 1. So if I drag down to this end, which is to 5, it's giving us 5, and if I can actually think of dragging down, it's giving me 10 of it. So now let me select 2 right here. So now the reason why I have this -1 is that every single time we make a selection, it subtracts 1 from it and bring in 1 new data for us. That is what it does. So right now I can now select and actually take it to this end, so which is very dynamic, right? So what I need to do is for me to get a header from here, I'm going to click on equal to and hit this. So now I've gotten it done. So what I need to do is just for me to get it dynamically to the other side of it. So here we go. You can see. So we have countries, which is very correct, and we have the watch time, and as well we have the view, and we have the revenue. So from here we're going to get it to our dashboard. So how do we do that? So I'm going to actually click right here and actually click on equal to. It's just few clicks, I have it done. So now what I need to do right now is for me to just get it down to this last one, so on the revenue, and now I'm going to get it down. Exactly, this is what we need to get. So right now, before I actually go on the formatting, if I actually click on this, you can see it's working just like what we have right on this particular aspect right here. So go to view and let's see if it is working rightly. So now you can see it's working just like what we have right here. So if I want to go back, so now let me show you how that page, now we have just 5 of it. So if we click outside of this, so to actually give us 5, now we have 10. So now this is nicely done, right? So now let us add a little formatting and see how we can actually make it more beautiful. So now I can select this whole of it and actually go and make sure I centralize it. So here we go. Okay, still have it on this end, so I'm going to go, I should have done it once, so that is nice. Okay, I can decide to have it like this as well, but I think I'll prefer it in the center. So now that I've gotten it like this, I'm going to actually select this both and actually make it bold, and I will select this and make it on italic. So that is nice. So now what we need to do is just select the header right here and give it a very nice color that is going to look very great on it. So select white for so that is what we want. So now I'm going to select this. So here we go. So I can have it done just like this. So now we need to use the currency sign right here. Just right click and actually go to format cell and go to currency, and we have it on just 1 decimal, so it's on $sign. So that is nice. So I'm going to actually select this whole. So right click again and do the same thing to what we have right here. So I'm going to use this separator, which is this, and no extra decimal. So that is nice, like this. So now we can add a conditional formatting right here. So go to the conditional formatting and actually click on this very one and go down, and I'm going to use this very color. So now here we go. This is exactly what I have. So the number of subscribers I'm going to actually add. I can't add it to all of them because it's going to make it look ugly. So I select here, and I'm going to think of which of the one can I use. So I'm going to use something like this. So nice looking. So I'm going to see where I have the most highest watch time, and I'm going to use something different. This time around I'm going to use a star. So now this is nicely looking. So now I've just got this one down. So the next thing I'm going to do is just for you to get this chart that actually shows continent right here where the views and the click upload subscribers are coming from. So we go back right now. I'm going to scroll all the way back right here. Here we go. So now we need the pivot table just to get our data and use functions to determine what we really want from the data being summarized. So go to the data source and select right here. I'm going to go to insert and hit on the pivot table. So use the existing worksheet back end, and I have it right here. I'm going to say okay. So what I need to actually drop right here right now is actually the region. So here we go with the region. So I'm going to select this and actually remove the grand total. I don't need it. So click back on it. So what I need to actually drop right here is going to be starting from the watch time, the view, the like, the dislike as well. to the comments, the subscribers, share, and I'm going to have my impression and revenue right on it. So exactly, I've gotten something like this. So now I always said I don't want to see the sum of, so I'm gonna actually click on this. This time around is very simple. Just Ctrl H and just hit OK, because already we have it right here. So now all of it has gone. So I'm gonna have to close it because I don't need it right now. So right now I'm going to transpose this header right here to this particular aspect. I'm going to be using a function to do that, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So all you need to do is just to highlight this whole range that we're going to have it in, and click on equal to and type transpose. So now that you've done that, provided the array, which is just from here down to the last one, so holding your shift and control, then hit enter, so we have it transposed just like this. So should you've never used this method before, it's very simple and easy. So the next thing is for me to get to the regions we have right here. I'm going to actually copy it and bring them right here. So here we go. That is nice. So I'm going to actually have to select, so deselect this and actually select this, and I'm going to bring this down. So I'm going to actually make sure I have all the border. So now what we want now this time around is for we to get a combo box that's going to actually live right here. So go to the top and still select your developer. So now we use this particular one called combo box. So I'm going to select it right here. So I'm going to right click and do the same thing I've done. So we don't have much happening right here. So now it's asking for the input range, so which I'm going to give to it. So I'll go right here. So we're going to have this from here down to this end in it, and it's how many is else, I think is it as well. So if you want our 3D shading, so you can actually select it. If you don't want it, it's an optional thing. So we have to link it back right here. So where do we link this? So we'll need to link it right here now. So I think it's done. I'm gonna actually say okay. So if I come back right here, you can see we have it right on this. So can you see that? So now we want to determine what is being selected. So we need to use the functions to get what is being selected right here dynamically. So I'm going to say equal to index. So the index is going to be looking for an array. So I'm going to select this whole to be the array, so which is where is what we want sitting, right? So, and I'm going to use the number to be this, and I'm going to have it closed, and I hit enter. So what is being selected is what is subscribers. Subscribers is number 6. So if I go back and select something else, I'm going to select watch time. This time around I think I'm going to have 1. So now is 1, which is sitting at the top of the top right here. So this is where we are getting data from. Explode this one right here. You must have understand right now. So now for we to get data away from, for we to get those data we have right here, every single time we make a selection of 1, is going to give us watch time, and we need this watch time to be populated right here. So when we select 2, we need view. When we select 3, we need likes, and just like that. So now to do this, we're going to use index match, like index match. It sounds crazy, right? I'm going to hit on my equal to and use this index. So what index is looking for is always understood, is looking for the array where it is sitting, right? So now to do this dynamically, I need to actually do something very cool. I'm going to select the whole and actually have it named. So now we don't need to lock any cell. If we do this, I'm going to name this okay, continent. So continent range. So continent range right here. So now that is all. So I'm gonna have to start using my index. So I'm gonna say continent range. I've just named. So now it's selected for us dynamically. So now I'm gonna hit my comma. So it's going to be asking me for the row number. So how do we get a row number right here? So what we need now to provide for it to work nicely is the row number. So what row do we want to use? So the row number is going to actually come from match. So So let us use match to determine that. So match is going to ask like, okay, now we want something every single time watch time is being selected, we want you to pull data from this North America for us. So how do you do that? I'm gonna say, okay, it's asking for the lookup array. So where do we want us to look up this North America from? So we want you to look up that North America from this particular aspect right here. So this time around I'm going to have to log this down. So okay, need to select and copy this and actually paste it to the other side of it. Okay, fine. So here we go. We need to actually log this down because we don't want it to move. So I beg your pardon, I have to do this again. So now we select here, we don't need to log that, so I'm going to hit comma and select this whole range right here, and I hit my comma and I give it the exact match. So close it. This time around I'm going to log this particular L to the last L right here. So now that is done. So if I actually hit enter right now, it's not going to work. So I'm going to actually have to like, okay, I want you to get something from this particular column for me. So how do I determine which column it should be? So I told you it's going to be index match. So the second match is coming in again. So what is going to be this header right here? And this time around I'm going to have to log my header down, so I don't want it to actually get shifted. So now the next thing is the lookup array. The lookup array is going to be this header right here. So you are going to pull data, just look up this and see if this is selected, pull data from this particular column for me. So now I need to have to log this same header down because I don't want it to shift every single time we make a selection. So I don't want it to actually shift as we actually copy down as well. So now I need the exact match, which is going to be 0. I'm going to close this and close it again twice. I hit enter. So here we go. So we're going to verify if this works. So you can see the watch time is 551106, exactly what we have right here, and the last one is 8315364, which is right. So now if I actually change from here, second one, so what it's going to show me is view, like what we're having right here is giving us view. If I select the third one, we are having what we are having, likes, just like this. So now this is highly dynamic, right? So I'm going to actually have to make sure it's showing me something I really love to see right here, not what it's showing me right now. I'm going to go to design and go to this particular aspect. I'm going to change it to our table layout. So now we have regions. So I'm going to have to get my region right here. Just hit on equal to, and now we get it. So right now we're going to create our chart. So now how do we do this? Go to insert the type of chart you really want from it. So now I think I want something like this. So we don't want the particular chart title. I'm going to show you how I used to make my chart title. So I make my chart title like this, like what we have right here is going to be equal to this quotation mark. I'm going to say total number of. So I'm going to say now, I'm going to hit on this particular concatenation sign. So I'm gonna hit this particular like. So once I hit enter, you can see total numbers of likes. So I don't have else on my number, so now it's numbers of likes. So now I can now hit on this and go to this particular tab right here and hit on equal to and pick 8 of them. So if I hit enter, this is what I have, right? So I can actually get this away from here, but I don't want to get it inside here. I'm going to actually take it off because I already have it right there. So it's just to show you how to build it. So now I'm going to get this away. I don't want it. Make it a little bit smaller. So bring it down. And now we're going to take it away from here to the dashboard. So now I have to drop it right here. So what we're going to do right now is for we to remove the background color. So just go to format and you will see this particular fill shape. So now fill the shape outline, no outline. So now here we go, nicely. So now I think this is exactly what we want. I can actually double click on this and actually bring out under dialog box, so where we can actually have to get this nicely done this way. So I'm gonna have it selected like that, and I'm going to change the background color or the color of the chart. So to something nice like this, that is good. So now I have to put the data label, so it's going to be this, and I'm going to put this very title axis right here. I'm going to get this away from here. So I'm going to get this away from here. I don't want that. So what I want is from here. I'm going to type my continent. I will get that right. So continent is right there. So now I can now select this and actually bring this down. Yeah, that is nice. So I can now select this and actually make sure I have it bumped up. So give it a nice color just to look like exactly something like this. So now we have this built just nicely. So if I select what count of just like, so this is what I have. So why am I having count? I think I need to actually get this away from here. So I can just say comment. So this is what I have. I can say this is what I have. So now this is what we need to do to get this built. So this is nicely done. So the next thing we're going to do right now is for we to build this particular chart right here, which is view by date range. So it's very easy and simple. So I'm going to just scroll down to the left. Okay, yeah, I think we have it right here. So I'm going to get it away from here, and I'm going to use this cells to actually get it as well. So go back to our pivot table, go to insert, and here we go. So existing, and we go to the back end. So I'm gonna have to drop it right here. Now I'm gonna say okay. So the date range is going to be this, and I'm going to select view, right? I think we are getting it by view. So now this is what we need to get. So this time around I'm going to actually click at the top right here and select my design and go to report layout and use this show in tabular form. That is nice. So now I have the date range right here. Select. Now I'm going to be building a pivot chart. Go to analyze and insert pivot chart. So now I think I have something like this nicely. So we can actually remove this, just hide it. So I don't need this axis right here, and as well I don't need you, I don't need you as well. So I'm going to actually get this, make sure it's a little bit smaller. So now I'm going to take it away from here. Let me show you another way to actually get to your dashboard. Just click right at the top right here and go to design and move. So from move, you select where you want it to get to move to. So it's dashboard. I'm going to hit OK, and here we go. We should have it right here right now. I'm going to have to close this now, and we'll be looking for it. It's somewhere around here. Yeah, it should be here, of course. We can't find it, so I'm gonna say Ctrl Z. Oh no, so we can't find it, but it's somewhere around here. It's some kind of, I was not clicking at where I could have it. So now that we can't find it, okay, here we go. So we should have clicked where we want it to come, and okay, nicely. So I'm going to cut it away from here to be easy for me. I'm going to take it down right here. I should have clicked right here before I did that. So now here we go. I'm going to actually make sure it's sitting right here, and I'm going to remove no fill the border. I'm going to say no border. So now here we go. So now first of all I'm going to have to format this to something very cool. So I'm going to say bold, just like this. So now I can actually bold this, but I don't need this kind of chart. I can actually change my chart, right? Yes, can I do that? I think I can. So go and actually go to design and now change chart type. So now this time around I'm going to use the bar chart, so which is very nice. I love this. So now in the bar chart I'm going to actually click right here and make sure this is nicely formatted, which is good. So now I'm going to click right here and actually have my axis title right here. So I'm going to get this away from here. I don't need this. So now I'm going to actually have to just type date range. So now, so date ranges. So that is nice. So I'm going to click back on it and actually come to the top and actually give it bold, give it this color, and actually something like this nicely. So now I'm going to have to change the background color of this particular chart. So we are using this color. Maybe we need to be consistent, right? So I'm going to click back right here and I'm going to actually make sure I have it this way. Yeah, nicely. So right now what we need to do is for we to add our chart title, our data label on it, and we're going to push this to the inside base, so like this. So now we select and actually go to the tab and make sure it's very bold, and we need a nice color for it, so we need to get it to be on this color. It's a little bit brighter, so I can bump it up a little bit. So now I can go back to my backend this time around and make sure I have it formatted nicely. Just come and actually use this. I hate using this format right here, but no, I don't like it. So what you need to do is just to actually do Ctrl+1 and actually go to number, and from number you take it off and actually you say okay. So here we go. If I go back to my dashboard, I have something very nice just like this. Very impressive, right? So this is nice. So right now I'm going to be getting my to name all those particular pivot table I have, so that I can actually have to connect it rightly. So I'm going to go to the top and I have this one named right here. It's pivot table 4. I'm going to say date range. So date range, and I'm going to go to this next one right here and have this one named. This is not a pivot table, it's just a helper column that helps us to create the kind of chart we want. So now I'm going to click on this and call this my okay, how do I name this one now? I can name this one let's see what it is that we can actually name. Database dynamic selection numbers. Okay, I think I have a name for it right now, so that it can be easy for me to identify. Scroll range. So I'm gonna say need no filter. So need no filter. We're not gonna use filter on it, so we should know that. So now I'm gonna select again, and this time around I'm going to have to use to get this. So I'm gonna say region. So just name this one region range, so whatever. So now this is my KPIs. I'm going to name this one just KPIs. So KPIs, so nicely. So right now if I actually start from KPIs right now and insert my slicer, so I'm gonna insert a slicer for date range. So where's my date range? Right here I have my date range, and I'm going to insert slicer for my country name. So if I say okay, this is what I have, so I'm gonna get this one away from here by actually cutting it, and I'm going to take down to my dashboard. Click on cut. It should cut away from here. Go to my dashboard and have it dropped right here. Ctrl V. Okay, now it's not away from there yet. So what's wrong? We have it moved away, of course. So where how can you button's pasting right here? Okay, can go back and let's see what we can do to get another. So I'm gonna click and click on this, make sure I click on it, and now on the slicer. So the date range and the country name is what we need to select. So just cut away from here by and by. So I'm gonna paste this right here. So I'm going to go to paste. So it's pasted. So now it's working. So I'm gonna paste the second. I'm gonna take the second one and paste it right here. So I'm gonna cut it. So come back, and I'm gonna have to click and actually have it pasted as well. So now here we go. So right now what we need to do is for we to actually select this particular aspect and actually go to select that setting, and we're gonna say hide anything that has to do with no data. So now it has it hidden. So I'm gonna actually select the same thing and actually do the same formatting. So here we go, that is nice. So now what we need to do is for we to actually get it, you know, seated right here nicely. So I'm going to actually select this option, and I'm going to have to, you know, make sure I have it. Yeah. Okay, fine. Something like this. So I'm gonna have this one right here. So I'm going to go to the top, and as well I'm going to make sure I turn this into, yeah, tray like this. So I think you now have the idea of what I'm trying to do. Exactly. So now I'm kind of going to make sure so something like this is nice, right? So what we need to do right now is for we to actually format it to what we really want. We don't really want this color for it, right? So we can change the color by actually going to the top right here, and I can actually select this for it. So just click on this and give it this formatting as well. So right now it's nicely looking. So we can connect our slicer to what we really want to have it connected to right now. So I think right now what we have to connect this particular one to is actually this very date range right here. So I'm going to select it and actually select report connection and select this date range and have it say okay. So you can see what I have right now. So is that we don't want it to filter this, so we need to actually know what this is all about. So right now, so we have to go back to this particular aspect right here, which is this backend, and make sure we are seeing what it is. So now here we go, and I'm actually going to select and see okay, region range. So we don't need to actually filter region range. So now I click do it on dashboard, and I select on my report connection, and region range is this. So I'm gonna click select it. Data range. So let's see what data range is all about. So now data range is going to be, I think this is nice. So this is what it is. So now we can see how the country is filtering all this together. So we don't need to filter it because this one has already it's already on its own filter, and as well we can actually click on this and it's giving us the count, it's giving us the subscribers and all of that. It's giving us this. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to build this particular aspect right here called top 3 view countries and top bottom 3 countries right here. So but we're going to be doing this in the next video. I'm going to actually make the video to be as short as this, so you can actually take a look at the second video where we can actually have to build this dynamically. So let me show you the finished dashboard right here to see what we are trying to get into. Right now you can see how beautiful this one look like. So you can actually spend a lot of time to format it to what you really like. So we're going to actually be touching more of this in the next video. So this is how beautiful it could be. So you can see your analytics in one particular single dashboard, and you can actually every single month or every 3 to 2 months, so you can actually copy more data from your YouTube channel and actually bring it beneath this one. So what you need to do after you actually paste your data right here, go to the dashboard and actually select the data right here, and what you need to do is just for you to refresh your data ASAP. You're gonna have your data updated automatically, and that is what you need to do just to make sure you get to see more of the progress your channel is making. So this is how beautiful this could be. I'm going to stop this right here, and you are going to see more of my videos over and over again. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay out of trouble.